Alright, so this is exciting. Let's talk about India. Home to the second most populous country with 18% of the world's population, famous for things like Bollywood and its massive movie industry, the sport of cricket, which is known as the second religion, and it's the birthplace of yoga over 5,000 years ago. India is also home to one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Taj Mahal, and it has some of the most beautiful mountains, palaces, a rich culture of food, spices, silks, and they even gave us the world's most famous diamonds that have ever existed in human history, like the Blue Hope, which the Titanic diamond was based on. And it also happens to be home to the largest gathering of people on planet Earth, the Kumbh Mela. In 2013, over 120 million people came here to celebrate, and Mark Twain once famously said, "India is the cradle of the human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition." India also gave us the game of chess, which was derived from an ancient game called Chaturanga. But there's a couple other interesting things about India you might not have known about, which is that its economy is set for explosive growth this coming decade. At the end of 2022, Morgan Stanley published a research paper on future investment opportunities, and in that paper, they wrote that India is on track to become the world's 3rd largest economy by 2027, surpassing both Japan and Germany, and they'll have the 3rd largest stock market by the year 2030. The research paper then goes on to say that India's GDP could more than double from $3.5 trillion that it's at today to over $7.5 trillion by the year 2031. And it also estimates that the Bombay Stock Exchange, which is India's stock market, could grow at 11% per year on average until they reach a $10 trillion market cap. Now, what the heck does all that mean? It means that India's stock market could outperform the US's over the next decade. And in a world that's waiting for a recession, the world that's experiencing negative growth in the equity market, where bonds are barely making any money for people, this could be a huge investment opportunity. And as somebody who has never invested outside of the US, as someone who's not an expert on this, I wanted to find out exactly what is going on. So in today's video, I want to share with you everything I learned and how I could potentially use this information to maybe make money from it. I'm super excited, so let's get right into it. Hi, my name is Andre Jick. Hope you're doing well. Come for the finance and stay for the crazy decade. So visualcapitalist.com has a really interesting prediction about what will happen in 2023. Like artificial intelligence, for example, will pop up everywhere. And we're seeing this already with tools like ChatGPT, which is taking over the internet by storm. Apparently the crypto winter will continue, and even though we're seeing Bitcoin slightly bounce up this year, it might not last. And that apparently global recession risk is still high thanks to interest rates increasing and staying that way for the rest of the year. And that real global GDP will be between 1.5 to 2% thanks to the slowdown in economic growth, and India will have a really strong year. And when I read that one,